Hello and welcome to the Pig and Whistle Tales from Azeroth. As always here at the Pig and Whistle Inn in Stormwind, I go for a variety of subjects with regards to World of Warcraft. So grab a bottle or a pint, sit back and enjoy this midweek episode. We'll be going over what is coming up in the latest patch essentially that goes live on October 23rd, so really not too long. This being the Warcraft 20th anniversary, as well as the details over what date Firelands is coming to classic World of Warcraft. So, we're going to be giving a very simple breakdown of this and essentially going over the main points of these patches. Nothing too in-depth, as that would take me years to do. There is a lot that is coming, and essentially going through all of the bits and bobs that have been changed from like class balancing, that will take me a long time to do. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. So it is coming out on the 23rd of October, and it's actually staying for quite a while. It's staying until the new year. It's staying until 7th of January 2025. So that is what, let me see, December. Jesus, my brain is not working right now. About 2.5 months? About that, yeah. So you're going to have quite a fair amount of time to do everything. The location is located, or the location is in Caverns of Time, or outside of it, I should say, in Tanaris. This is where a lot of the events usually happen when it comes to anniversary-related stuff for World of Warcraft. And the stuff that you can actually look forward to are as follows. So you can earn a new currency and spend it. This is called Bronze Celebration Tokens. You can use these to buy many different items, mounts, tier tokens, or not tier tokens, but the new tier sets. So many different things can be purchased with this. And I would imagine you are able to get everything and that they wouldn't put a cap on it. But I believe that they have done to some degree, which isn't great. So I'm not. I think that will get changed. At least I really hope that will get changed, because it's not every day the 20th anniversary rolls around. So unless they're going to be bringing it back next year, like this whole celebration thing, I would imagine they uncap the currency that you get for this this sort of patch or this event, in order for people to buy what they want, when they want, if they want to farm it all within the first week, or if they want to spread it out over the course of the couple months that they have, then they can do so with that. But there is a whole lot of things that have been added, a lot of recolors, a lot of stuff that hasn't ever been added before. So hopefully we'll see some goodies and you will actually want something from these vendors. Personally for me, the tier 2 remake is what I'm going to go for. The Druid one looks really, really amazing. And well, all of them do, but I prefer the Druid one. I think that one's the best looking remake, in my honest opinion, just because the horns on the helmet are really updated and it looks really, really good. You can do a new raid. This new raid was in World of Warcraft before as a sort of Timewalking raid, but it is coming back. It is the Blackrock Depths raid, and there are a few bits and bobs that have changed during it, bosses wise, mechanics wise, but essentially the Blackrock Depths have been converted into a raid for or during this event time, and you can get multiple pieces of gear, transmog, stuff like that from it, as well as the currency from the bosses, I do believe. So I'm personally going to try it. You can do it in looking for groups, so you do not need to do it in normal heroic. Can you do it in mythic? I'll be very surprised if you can do it in mythic. I would like to see that. I'd be very intrigued to see that, but I don't believe so. But yeah, you can do it in looking for groups, so you can simply log on, queue up, get what you want from Blackrock Depths, and then leave. Very, very simple. You, obviously, I've said about this before, but you can collect the tier 2 transmog. All of them have been remade. So the warrior, paladin, druid, mage, warlock, etc., etc. Even the classes that never got tier 2, such as death knights, monks, demon hunters, and evokers, they even have a set that you can buy now. And this set is modelled off of certain beings that were in the game at the time. So I believe the evoker model was set up from the Nefarian gear, what he was wearing. I believe that the DK one was something around Baron Rivendare, maybe? I think something along them lines. So they all have their own very unique feel. All of them are very good, and obviously all very much high definition modeled wise. Now, you can go through Timewalking for classic World of Warcraft dungeons. Now, I'm not sure if these are for every single dungeon, but stuff like Deadmines, Stratholme, these are the main two that I remember anyway. I think that there's a couple more, but honestly, I really, really want Timewalking Classic. I think Classic has some of the best dungeons in the game, in my personal opinion, towards the end game of it anyway, such as Scholarmont, Stratholme, even Diamond to some degree. But you look at Blackrock Depths, I mean, that's being converted into a raid, but it's still very good. Zul'Farrak is one of these time-walking dungeons as well. Again, very, very iconic, and one of the better dungeons in World of Warcraft, in my opinion. So all of these are very good, and I imagine this is a sort of test to see how classic dungeons fare in the current version of the games. And I think that they will do fine. I think they will do perfectly fine. They stand the test of time. Most dungeons do, because they all have their own unique feel to them. Zul'Farrak being in the middle of a desert. No other sort of dungeon is like that. I think maybe the Vol'dun one from Battle for Azeroth. But again, you're going underground for that. So, you know, and it's very linear, the Vol'dun one. So Zul'Farrak, again, whether it's very linear or not, you can go one of two ways, and I just think that it's a very iconic dungeon. When you get to that level like 45 to 50 stage, you can hop into Zul'Farrak, be relatively comfortable with the mobs that are going to be in there, and you have most of your kit like when you're leveling through Classic, so you get to play around with all of your spells and abilities in this dungeon, and it's a very simple dungeon, but effective in the way that it handles the bosses and stuff. So I'm really looking forward to the Timewalking Classic dungeons. I think they're going to be very good. I recommend people really test them out and see how they fare as well. You can earn new mounts as well as Blizzard Employee Service Award cosmetics. This is very much stuff that will be put into the training post. Now, the training poster and these cosmetics are based off of what you get for serving Blizzard as a whole. So if you work for the company at Blizzard, you got bits and bobs every few years. So every 5 years, you got a little bit of you got like a helmet. For the 10th year, you got like a Frostmourne replica. 15 years, you got something else, etc., etc. These are being put into the game. And I think they look very good. I don't think they're going to be everyone's first choice to go for. I think the tier 2 is. But they are very much worth picking up if you're looking to fill out your transmog collection or anything along them lines. Now, you can... Where am I? Sorry. Essentially, you can join Chromie for a new time-bending adventure, this is called. And this is called the Codex of Chromie. This is where Chromie is going to take you through multiple different things that happened within the Warcraft universe. I don't know much about it, and I'm not going to try and speculate, but I believe it's going to be different points in history of World of Warcraft that you have to essentially go and clean up. So it will be the opening of Anchorage, but you have, Northrend mobs there instead, like Scourge event or something, and you have to go and help Chromie clean up that mess and close the timeway or whatever. So, multiple different activities. These will all give you the currency that you want, and it's just a fun little event that you can do. And other fun little events that you can do is obviously help around is it carnival? No, the event sort of part. But essentially, you're going to be doing multiple different things. There's mount-offs, which I think is the best one. This is what people who stream can do and have done in the past. And essentially, you are copying the person in front of you. So one person is on the stage, or an NPC in this case, and they will mount up on a specific mount. You must find this mount in your mount journal and mount up on the same one. And if you do, you progress to the next round. If you do not have that mount, you are out. And there's certain rewards that you get for coming first. You get more currency, you get an achievement, I believe. But it's really cool. It really gets you to show off your mount collection for those who are mount collectors. And you can really go for it, essentially. This is what people who collect stuff in the game, like battle pets, mounts and stuff, have been wanting for a while, I would imagine, because they actually get to show off their arsenal of mounts, which is really, really cool. Now, you get new secrets that you can uncover, and this is essentially... There's multiple things that have happened with secrets in World of Warcraft before. You've had, from the very simple slime serpent from Maldraxxus, where you simply go and solo all of the bosses up until a certain point within a dungeon, and then you get them out, to multiple riddles throughout the World of Warcraft that you have to solve, and then it will lead you to a last sort of remaining riddle that you complete, and you get a different mount for it. This is, of course, relating to the Lucid Nightmare mount or the Hive Mind mount. Multiple mounts have been secrets throughout the Warcraft universe and have been found, and this is what they do every now and again. They put more secrets into the game that allows the players to discover and go to the very far corners of World of Warcraft that have been forgotten for a while, and actually find something that obviously relates to these secrets. And it can give you a mount, a toy, anything, I would imagine, but usually it is a mount. I think 99% of the time it is a mount, so definitely keep an eye out for that, for those who want to seek a sort of, not CSI, what is it? A sort of crime thing, I think, because I think it's something to do with the party and someone's been murdered at the event. I think it's something to do with that. So, someone who enjoys that sort of thing might want to get on this. So, you also have world bosses that are coming to the event. This is world bosses such as Shar of Anger, Archivon the Stonewatcher, multiple return like Fel Reaver and stuff, I believe. All of these will drop updated loot as well as currency. And I believe maybe a mount. All of these bosses have mounts. So, yeah, you're definitely not going to want to miss any of the bosses, because they obviously drop a mount relevant to what their what their expansion was. So Shar of Anger will drop I've forgotten what it is, a Cloud Serpent. The Archivon will drop the Mammoth mount, and then multiple others obviously have their own mounts attached to them throughout. You can do Korak's Revenge during this 2-month period, which is just simply a classic Outback Valley, so no reinforcements, you have to kill the enemy boss, and it's as simple as that, okay? It's a good way to earn honor. A lot of honor is a good way to mess around, have fun with friends, and, very simple. Old Outback Valley it is. Now, this is obviously celebrating the 30th year of Warcraft, but 20th year of World of Warcraft. And with this, you obviously have other things that are coming from Warcraft 3 into the trading post or the World of Warcraft game. And these are back pieces for the Scourge, even though it's on a Forsaken, which they technically were Scourge. You have Night Elf, you have Orc, and you have Troll back piece, I believe, as well. No, Human. It was Human, not Troll. So these are the 4 back pieces, but I would imagine they add some later on down the line, maybe like Human for the Lordaeron Crest, or, maybe Gnomes. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe Dwarves. They're very, a staple point of World of Warcraft. So we'll see. I don't think that they'll just stick with these 4 races, technically, even though Scourge isn't a race. But I think that down the line, they will add more and more of these back pieces to the game to allow people to, get a bit more customization with their characters. You will also get to experience this event if you are level 10 or above, as you receive a quest called Another Timely Invitation, basically inviting you to the celebration outside of the Caverns of Time. And this event area is huge, by the way. It is a very big event area. So you will have a lot of room to maneuver. No one will be stacking on mobs, surely, right? On giant mounts. So hopefully it will all go well and very smoothly. Now, for the Firelands, we didn't get much in terms of announcements, or there isn't going to be much in the Firelands patch for Classic. Okay. But we do have Joyous Journeys that has currently returned. It is currently in Classic, so if you are looking to level anyone, please do so now. And with Firelands, it's going to be releasing on the 30th of October. So about just under 2 weeks from now when you're listening to this. It's tough doing maths in the future. It really is. But the Firelands update arrives on the 30th of October, but we do not get the raid until the 7th of November. So the 7th of November being the weekly reset, I believe. No, the Thursday. It's really weird that they are releasing these things on Thursdays. I don't quite understand that yet. But essentially, this is when you'll be able to enter the Firelands for the very first time. And this is when this is going to be a free or a non-nerfed version of Firelands, because a lot of people in the testing said that it was basically too easy. So we're going to get a non-nerfed version, which I think is good. I think it allows people to experience it and really test out their Firelands knowledge or gameplay in it, as Firelands is probably one of the better raids, if not the best raid in Cataclysm Classic. It also has a very lucrative legendary tied to it, which is Dragon Wrath, Taragosa's Rest. And this is going to be with you for pretty much well into Dragon Soul, essentially, this weapon. So you want to... Hold up, I'm double checking. Yeah, this is basically going to be for you for the entire expansion nearly. But essentially, you also have the dungeons that are coming to Firelands. So you have Elemental Rune Dungeons, Protocol Infernal difficulty. This is the same as the Wrath of the Lich King dungeons, the Alpha dungeons, the Beta dungeons, and the Gamma dungeons. This is the equivalent of them, essentially. We don't know what the Protocol Infernal is, but we will soon see, I guess. So with all of this is a very basic roundup of what is coming within the next couple of weeks for both retail and classic. Now, I can get into a bit more depth within later episodes, but I think a lot of the depth just comes from the class tuning, and I don't think people want to really sit there for about 10 years and me just go through the class tuning. Maybe, but no, I don't think so. I think it will make for a very boring episode. Let me know, obviously, if you would want to hear that. But that is where I will that is where I will end it there. Also, do check out for Halloween. World of Warcraft did post a little video, and it's got all their spooky music stuff for Halloween. It's very good. It has stuff from Revendreth. It has stuff from Karazhan, Azkahet, Scholarments. It's got a lot of like spooky-ish kind of music. It is worth listening to. It is very good. I very much enjoyed it, but you know, everyone else might not. I will end it there. Thank you all very much for listening. Do check out all of the socials down below. Constant stuff happening over there, as well as the Etsy shop. Constant stuff happening up there as well. Although I will be away for the next couple of weeks for the Etsy shop, so if anything is ordered, please give me a bit of time. When I get back, they'll be dished out as and when I can. Thank you all very much once again, and go with Valor, friend. Goodbye all.